Hello, everyone. My name is Stanley St. Rose, and today we're going to be talking about the short story Marriage is a Private Affair, written by Chinua Achebe. Now, before I go into summary analysis of this work, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and/or comment so that the channel can continue to grow. All right, Marriage is a Private Affair. Very interesting work here by Chinua Achebe. You have Neen, you have Namika. Uh, they're engaged. They're gonna get married. But the problem is within African culture, this is Nigerian culture. Namika, his father, Akiki, he's just not going to approve of this marriage. Akiki wants Namika to marry a girl from their tribe, the Igbo, and someone from their home base, hometown, their culture, not mean. And so pretty much, he tells his son, Akiki tells his son, listen, if you marry this girl, I'm gonna disown you. We're not gonna talk. We're not gonna communicate. We're done. And well, that doesn't work. His son goes ahead and marries Neen, and Namika is just, he marries Neen, and they have two sons, and 8 years go by, and the father and son, they just don't talk. And Namika doesn't talk to his father, and Akiki doesn't talk to his son, and 8 years go by, and Akiki even asks his friends what he do about this. The friends tell him that he should go see a herbalist to get some medicine for his son to fix his head. But Akiki doesn't do this. And the father and son, they just don't see the same way. And well, this is marriage. I mean, the title of this work is Marriage is a Private Affair. Parents always want to get involved in their kids' marriage. They always want to tell their kids who to marry, and kind of govern it. And for the vast majority of human life, parents usually decide who their kids marry. And for the most part on Earth today, parents still decide who their kids marry. In India, in Africa, um, in many parts of the world, even in the US, parents have a huge, um, influence on who their kids marry, especially if the kid is close to their parents. There's always a pushback and a struggle, because parents always want their kids to marry somebody from their home country, their culture, someone who they choose, who they approve of, who they believe should be, the one. So, but the thing is that marriage is marriage. It's not. I mean, at the end of the day, it's the people who are getting married that need to decide who they're marrying and how it's going to go through. Because ultimately, the partner you choose is the partner you choose, and you have to ultimately make the decision of, I'm willing to marry this person, and this is my person, and this is my wife, this is my husband. You have to make the decision. You have to live with it. So your parents can definitely have a say and have a choice, but ultimately, the father and son didn't see eye to eye, and there was a huge rift. But at the end, I mean, there's some rain that's going on, and Akiki's like, man, it's been 8 years. I haven't really talked to my son, and now I have grandsons, and a lot of time has passed by. And I don't know my grandsons, and he's like, man, I mean, I could hold my grudge and my anger and my pride, but listen, this is, me adding my analysis here. Think about it. Life is short. You're going to die. You can hold your grudge, you can hold your pride, but you're just pretty much hurting yourself because you don't get to see your grandsons, you don't get to speak to your son. You're sitting alone in your house, and years are going by, and your family is growing up, and you're just old and crusty, and angry and mad because you didn't have things your way. But at the end of the day, it's your son that has to live with the woman. It's your son that has to marry the woman. It's just your son that has to love the woman. And this is why marriage is a private affair, because at the end of the day, when marriage is not arranged and marriage is about love and about two people, it's those two people that have to make a decision to stay together and to live together and to build a family together. Again, parents can have a say, but at the end of the day, it's those two people that will be living together, that will be making a family and making choices, eating together, doing this and that and the third. So it's a big decision. Marriage is a big decision. It's not 10, 20, 30 years, it's life. So it's a big decision to make, and it has to be the spouses that make that decision. In terms of deeper meaning analysis, I mean, it's very interesting work here. It says a lot about African culture, specifically Nigerian culture, and what marrying into the tribe means and what it means to the community. And for centuries, I mean, all over the world, this is something that's very common. People want their kids to marry into their own people, because you want to strengthen ties, you want to strengthen the community, and you want to strengthen bonds. And when your kid goes and marries somebody else from a different culture, well, most people don't know what that means, and what does that mean? You don't understand that the other culture your children marry into, you don't know anything about them, and so it's like traveling the unknown, and it's a lot to take in. And some people, just to make life more simple, they just want their kids to marry into their own culture. But life is not like that. Love is not controlled. Love is love, and wherever people find love, that's where they're gonna go. Because at the end of the day, when you find true love and you find someone that you can truly love and truly be with, that's where you're gonna be happy. And um, that's what Akiki's son and his wife. That's what they found. They fell in love and they had kids, and not until the end, he kind of sees the error of his ways. Like, I'm missing out on my family. I want to be with my family. So, let me, with the rain and everything, he's like, you know what? I'm going to be a part of this family. Where it symbolizes, it foreshadows that Akiki has a change of heart and he's going to be a part of his son's family again. So, very interesting work. But that's all I have to say about it. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and or comment. And I'll see you guys in the next video.